Go Big Red, everybody. Once again, we're on the Bug Pod, and I'm here with the Jumbo Jet, Jon Linden.
How's it going?
It's going good. I tell you, this is the score I was hoping would happen. I wish I would have bet this score on this. Not bet, but I would have predicted because, I was just scared, man. I was afraid. Our heart's been broken too much. We played down to the level of our competition too much, and I'm always kind of cautious and conservative, but we let her rip, and that's good. And I know the haters out there say, well, it's Akron. Well, yeah. But the thing is, we did what we were supposed to do against Akron. For many years, we would play down to the level of our competition. We would kind of let them hang with us. Or for a few years, we were the Akron. We were the high school team. Because people would say, oh, Akron's like a high school team. But they're a group of 5 team. Yes, they're bad. It says they're ranked 170th. But still, we lit them up. There's a couple concerns. We were stopped. We were on the goal line twice and didn't get there. We could have racked up 80 like we did in 83 against Minnesota. Yeah. But, or 84 if they would have kicked the extra point. Archie we didn't even punt. That was crazy. And it was the first shutout since the Holiday Bowl in 2009.
2009.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Not 99, but 2009.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was I think that's with, was that? No, it would have been Sue's last.
That was Sue, because it was the consolation prize after Sue almost beat Texas all by himself.
Yeah.
And they illegally put 1 second back on the clock.
I remember that. But I felt the game was dominating both sides of the ball.
Yep.
It was disappointing in that fumble, but I believe
that was a play.
He was trying to get in for the end zone. I get that, and then and we didn't. I don't think we had another fumble since then. I don't think.
I don't think so.
And then we got turned back on that 4th down play, and then I started worrying about that because we should be up 21-0.
Should have been.
You're sitting there like, okay, are we gonna fall back?
Are we gonna let him back in, play down to the level of our competition?
We did the last couple of years, but no, we came down and we scored and we got a lot of those young kids in, and that was kind of cool to see. And especially in the 4th quarter when the backup quarterback came in.
Lateef looked pretty good.
Yeah, he looked pretty good. The only thing that I worry about him is his size.
He's kind of little.
Hopefully
They need to feed that guy some bacon and apple pie with ice cream.
How about just Nebraska beef? That's what you need.
And the bacon and apple pie with ice cream. Yeah. Boy, I'd like to be in that position.
But but the thing, what I like about him is he brings another dimension to the offense versus what Raiola does, which is the running.
Yeah, but the problem is Raiola really. I mean, he did that little bootleg, and he can scramble a little, but that's the whole thing. We don't want Raiola to get hurt because even though Lateef looked good, there is a drop-off after Raiola gets hurt. And so, having a running threat does help. And maybe we have some packages. Maybe, we use them. And then Gramstad, who the players call Granddad, he got to play a little bit, and he's fun to watch.
But with the package, when Raiola had that keeper, it's nice to get it on tape because then they have to prepare for it.
Yeah, they still say, well, he can use his wheels.
He can, and that's one of the focus for him this year is to scramble a little bit more, to make, extend the play, get the play out, or run with his feet. He can if he has to.
Yeah.
And I think right now, I think our offensive line is getting better. I think they look good, but you're always going to look good when you versus the
inferior competition. Yeah, the Zips did not look very zippy. They were kind of slow.
Yeah, and this was a makeup game, they said, because of.
I love it. We finally got to get what we wanted to do when Frosty was there. By the way, Frosty won his game. It was against North Carolina A&T, one of those big HBCUs that have a great band, by the way. Speaking of bands, Grambling State brought their band to Ohio State, and wow. They call Ohio State's band the best dadgum band in the land. That's not the real word, but we got to keep it family-friendly here. But Yeah, you saw the Ohio State band being like, yeah, we're not the best band in the land. These guys are. But, yeah, Mickey Joseph, they lost 70-0. But Frosty won 68-7. So we're kind of neck and neck. Both Nebraska and Frost had a one-score win last week, and now we blew out inferior. We played a tougher team than Frosty did. But yeah.
You know,
I've been just keeping my eye on him.
I hope Scott does a good job down there.
I'm not rooting against him, but I'm watching him. I'm like, the wrong job comment rubbed me the wrong way, but I'm like, how's he doing, you know?
I think it's the right fit for him.
We got the right guy here, though, and we're in the better direction. And the players were having fun. They weren't running up the score. We were having scrubs just playing their hearts out, and that was okay. And the shutout was impressive. I like shooting for the shutout, you know.
Yeah. And that's fun. I mean, they had a block kick.
That was good. It's good to have that.
And I think our special team...
We did have our place kicker kicked it out of bounds a couple times. That was a little wonky, but...
Well, I think he was trying to aim it, and I think that kind of helped.
And I get it. Practice against a team like that. So, and that's what we didn't have during the Scott Frost years. We had such brutal schedules, and I know... Yes, it's a tune-up game, but I'm an advocate of at least one tune-up game because you need to build depth. They don't let you do the full contact practices as much as they used to. This is how you do it. And so right now this year, they don't punish teams for having a weak schedule. You know, you pretty much, if you win your conference, you're going to get into the playoffs.
Well, I'm going to say they do to a point.
But it's not as prevalent as with the BCS it was, or with the committee. Because if you win your conference, if you win when it matters, you will get in the playoffs.
I'm not talking about the sister of the poor year schedule. I'm talking about your conference. Because if you look at it, the SEC went to how many games now? Went to 9 instead of 8. And they're like, we don't have to play.
By the way, South Florida.
We're the SEC. Well, guess
South
what?
Florida beat the Gators.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're not the Gators right now.
Yeah, I said that was somebody said that was the first Florida team to beat Florida that was not named Miami or Florida State.
Really?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Congrats to the South Florida. What are they? The Bulls?
Yeah.
Okay, Los Toros. But yeah.
Give them the horns.
Not the Texas horns though.
No, them are the hook 'em horns, and we hook them down.
Golly.
Yeah.
But
And then I mean, I think your buddy Washington loved his game.
Yeah, they beat Michigan, and Michigan looked pretty lost. I actually I wagered because I found a friendly wager between friends is allowed in the Catechism of the Catholic Church. I had Mr. John. He showed me that, and so Mr. John at Canicrum, we have a diet due on this game because I'm like, we're gonna beat Michigan. I'm 100% confident. Yeah. Yes, we're playing inferior teams, but dude, we've played a tough game against Cincinnati, and then we had 2 tune-up games. We've had the battle-tested game. We've got confidence from the inferior competition, but then we've also had to play tight. And Michigan, the meat chickens, they're not what they've been. Yeah. We got a shot. Rule's going to get a signature win in a couple weeks, baby. Just saying.
Yeah, I was watching that game just to see how Michigan was going to play with the new quarterback, the best quarterback in the class, I guess, or whatever the kid they recruited. But you know what? He was kind of normal like anybody else. I think going into an environment like Norman, and they know how to play ball. I mean, Nebraska, Oklahoma was a staple on Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving for many years, which they need to go back to it. But anyway, I think, watching that game, and then they're going to be in Lincoln, and the fans are not going to let up. Mm-hmm. So I think if the fan base gets really rowdy this
is our chance, and they can't have a head coach on the sideline either.
Why?
Because they're from cheating last year. That's one of their disciplinary things. They're not allowed to have a head coach on the sideline. So we are in a good position to beat. All the cards are in our favor. We just got to play them.
And you know what? I really think if we get past Michigan,
confidence.
I think really we could be undefeated. We have the opportunity to be undefeated till we get to Penn State.
That would be really cool. And we did. Yes, it's inferior competition, but things did look better week 1 to 2. I know it's hard to say how much when you have an inferior, but the spirit of the team, man, they're playing better. They weren't lazy. I feel good about this team, and it was fun. Our fan base needed something like that.
It's been a while. I mean, go back and look. Really, we haven't had like a team like this scoring a lot of points and everything since Pelini's time. And
it's that air raid. We finally get to see what it does, because Cincinnati was running cover 3, so we weren't able to cut it loose. Yeah. We had to dink and dunk our way to victory.
And that's good too, I feel. But the thing is, like, I don't think we showed everything on offense. I think there's still waiting on stuff with the Michigan game. I think we're going to have another tune-up game next week, and I think that's going to be good. We're going to get a lot more kids into play, which they need to.
We need that.
And then then the real season begins, and I say the real season or the second season or whatever you want to call it, conference season.
Big Ten's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough and everything else. And I mean, you look at it, and I think if you looked at Nebraska, and then even if you looked at across the board yesterday, the top teams took care of business.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Oregon put a smack down on Oklahoma State.
Yes, they did. I don't think Gundy will make it after this year.
I mean, I know he's a man who's 40, but...
He's got a new commercial out where he's like, I'm a man, it's his age now.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
But I thought that conversation, that back and forth with the two teams, Oregon and Oklahoma State, where Gundy said that, hey, they bought their players.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Oregon. I hate to say it, they are a product of Field Knight's money.
Yes.
That's it. I'm sorry. But Oklahoma State can't say anything because they had Boone Pickens.
Oh, yeah.
And they had their money too. Mm-hmm. All right? And my thing is like, okay, Oregon, you're a good team and everything else, but what do you have to hang your hat on?
Yeah.
How many conference championships did you get besides prior to 2000? Mm-hmm. Anything? Well, nothing. Yeah. Maybe one back in 1950.
They do have the best mascot in all of college football. I love Puddles the Duck.
Okay, but hilarious. Really, he's not. Who is he? He's Donald Duck.
Yeah, he's officially licensed from Disney.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's the reason why he's the best. I'm sorry.
He's so great. I love him. He was dressed up as a Labubu in the game. He was a Labubu. It was pretty funny.
But the thing is, if you go back to Oregon, ever since Phil Knight started throwing money, which he has the right to, and I get that, I understand that. But you have not won a national championship. They've been there twice and lost.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, okay.
No natties.
But no natties.
Yeah.
And you sit there, even Minnesota has natties.
Yeah.
Back in the 50s, and they're a good team. Mm-hmm. And Colorado does. And I'm sitting there like, okay, they can hang their hat on that stuff. But I don't know. I think what he said about the money part of it, and that's the part that I hate about this NIL and all this stuff, is you can start buying players. Until they rein that in and figure it out, whoever has the deepest pockets are going to get the players. And that's the part that I don't like about college football.
I don't like that either.
And that's the part, like, and if Royala's family and his dad did not play here, and his uncle's here, and his heart's here, and everything, I can see somebody throwing some money at him, he could leave. But because
Miami threw $15 million at him, and he said no.
No, that's cool. Because he's loyal to Nebraska and the fan base and everything that his dad stood for and everything else, which his parents, taught him right. But other people aren't going to be like him.
Nope.
And that's the thing. You're like, okay, boom, let's go. And what do you think they're paying players? And I think, I'm sorry, but like that is not college football.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to the university for the university, and you're there for, besides school and everything else, but for the tradition and all that the college experience, but now people are just jumping back and forth.
Yeah.
And I know Nebraska bought some of their players too. I mean, you have to, and I get that. But I'm just sitting there like, you're going to have the Oregons or the Rulers are going to be very good because they have that deep pockets.
Yeah. But looking ahead, Houston Christian, it should be another. They are an FCS team, and they are in the big continuum are ranked below Akron, so it shouldn't be. Because sometimes you'll play a weak Group of 5 team or a really good FCS team that can beat you. This one probably won't. They're the Huskies, so it's the Huskers versus the Huskies. They were 5-7 last year. They're predicted to have a barely winning season this year. They were originally Houston Baptist. Akron is ranked 170 in all of college football. Houston Christian is 243. So lots of young people should be able to play. I don't think there's a chance at an upset. The Huskers, I think Rule will have them ready to play, set records. I liked how, they put up, hey, we're setting records. That's kind of getting the players to compete too. Yeah. They've got some good young coaches, but not a lot of depth. Just young players will get a chance, and we'll get confidence running that air raid against some live experience. It's like a scrimmage, and I have a source from deep inside the program who says we're going to wear red tops and red bottoms in the game. I think that'd be a fun game to do that on.
We'll see.
Makes it interesting,
I don't know if you would wear them that one. I would wear them on one of the conference games, though.
Yeah, they're trying it out. It hasn't been since 1978, so. Or what was it, 1980 something?
1986.
86, you're right. Yeah, 78 was the first time we beat Oklahoma in a while, so I got it.
Tom Osborne did at that time.
Yep, so that's...
But, my biggest thing, right now, is, after they put that many points up, we're like, okay. Because I think I predicted, 41-6 or something.
Yeah, I was concerned. I was too conservative.
Okay,
I was wrong. I was wrong in my prediction.
Holy buckets. Now, we're okay, if this is how good our offense is, we'll see. They weren't the best defense. Maybe they're going to try to score over 70 points. Talking about, setting a goal. But my biggest thing is, for next week, and I think the same thing as what it was last night was, let's play, take care of business, and don't get hurt. Yeah,
let's not get hurt. Let's let the youngins play. What would be? I wonder if our second string could just win this game. But I know you got to get Raiola. You got to get the people who paid to see the game. Some look at the starters.
Yeah, but the thing is, people want to see is the second string quarterback. They always do. They cheer him when he comes on the board. Yay! And they know this game's at hand and everything. And it went back for centuries. I mean, when Brooke was coming in for Tommy and all the other players, and even when
Frankie London,
Frankie London back in the day came in. And,
Joe Gans.
Joe Gans. I mean, everybody had their favorite at that time. It's just one of those things that you cheer for the backup quarterback, but hopefully it is because you're winning.
But it's one that we definitely should win. It'll be fun. I'm seeing a better attitude, and yes, it's a super young team, which that might put us at a disadvantage against conference opponents, but on the other side, these guys don't remember the trauma of being doormats these last few years. Yeah. And I remember last couple of years, back when we had Mike Gapp on the show, we would talk about our team still getting defrosted, They're still learning how to win, and these young guys are having fun. There's less trauma. There's less, here we go again. And that's the biggest thing about Cincinnati. Yeah, it was Cincinnati, but they did have that Corleone guy. He's going to be a first rounder. He was really good. That was some good competition, and the team did not go, look, here we go again. There was none of that.
Yeah, and I can't remember, but I believe that Rules just is having fun. He looks more relaxed.
He does.
And I think
he said he likes this team. And he didn't like last year's at times.
And I think it's because the kids know the culture, and they're taking ownership of it. So he doesn't have to be on every single player. And the player's no, we got this, coach, and we'll go. I thought it was interesting on the part where they showed Dylan's schedule. And he has to be this is what I have to do. He has to get it out of his schedule, which I thought it was kind of a neat story they were talking about, and about I'm going to be elite, but I have to I have to do this the right way.
Yeah.
And I think that goes back to his parents and everything. And, but that's just kind of neat to see that, like, the younger kids, this younger generation is like, yeah, put yourself in the schedule and work on it and to get better. I think, next week is going to be fun. It's going to be an early game.
Yeah.
So, instead of tailgating at night, you probably eat some sauce or orange juice and sausages.
Or like what Rule said a couple years ago, kegs, eggs, and football. Yeah,
Just, get some root beer, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, root beer kegs.
Yeah.
Well, you brought some root beer today. We're going to go like Doc Rob. You've got a Sioux City sarsaparilla right here. And that's some good sarsaparilla. And then you got some Sioux City cream soda right there. I wish they had sugar-free for people like me who have diabetes.
I think they do.
They do? I need to get some because that's some good sarsaparilla, partner.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
But I looking at so far the last 2 weeks of the season that we had for college football. I mean, Florida State's looking really good. I thought, unfortunately Tony White is
making them look good right away.
And you know what? He kind of did the same thing with Nebraska on the defensive part of it.
Yeah,
and
he's good at what he does.
Yeah, he does.
It's sad that he couldn't get along with Rule, and he didn't want Snow helping him.
And then
it's a wompity womp.
Miami, bought their quarterbacks the last 2 years, so they're going to be, pretty decent. The SEC, I'm looking at it and I don't think they're as strong as what they've been. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really seen Georgia, but Georgia's been lying in the weeds right now because they were talking about how bad Alabama got beat the prior week, and then Texas, got beat, but they look pretty good to a point. So it's kind of hard to know what direction, but it's kind of nice to have the old blood back.
Yeah.
Blue blood is back. And stuff. I think that's good for college football. I just hopefully our times is going, is this year too, that we can say, hey, Nebraska's back and we get at least, get 10 wins and, be relevant again, and I think Rule, I don't know, I think he's the right guy.
Yeah, I couldn't see us with anyone else right now. I just think it works. It's weird. He's a guy from Jersey too, but he understands us and he's getting us going. We're not running the triple option, but we're playing physical, and that's okay. And Holgerson is not, an option guy, but he runs a little bit RPO, and he's able to. I don't know how he does it. He chews clock while throwing the ball. It scares me. Whenever I see it, I'm like, how is he doing this? This is everything I know, but it's wrong. But I'm glad we have him, and I'm glad we have Eckler. Oh my goodness.
He brings a different, energy to the team and everything. So that's fun.
And Butler, I think, is okay right now. Time will tell if he's Tony White, but we also lost a ton of COVID seniors. I know Dr. Washington told me, he goes, look, House, you're going to be good this year, but that defense will take a step back because all your COVID seniors are gone. And you know what, Hollis? You guys had some 58-year-olds playing on that team. That's what he said. You got some 65-years too. That's what he said. And that's kind of what happened with those COVID years.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, I was laughing. I was flipping through the channel, and they have a deal with, I think, college football at the end of the show. They showed a guy, I think he was like 68 years old, enrolled at LSU as a freshman and playing in the band.
I saw that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a cool story.
I think that's a really neat thing to be able to get those opportunities. I was in the Hastings College marching band. My high school, we were too small to march, but now they march, which is great. When I was in college, I was in the Hastings College marching band. It was fun. Yeah. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, my youngest daughter, she's a little band player, and we were talking to her last night, talking about band. Is like, she goes, I don't know if I want to be in marching band in college. I said, Well, because she wants to go to UNL, which is fine. I go, but if you make it, you get to go to every football game, and if they make it to a bowl game, you get to go to it.
Yeah.
And so,
Cool.
I know a lot of people that who played there. They said that was the most funnest time in their life.
Oh yeah.
When they're in the band, because they get to do all this cool stuff. Now, probably the last couple years, the band people weren't able to, but I don't know. I told her, I said, if you have an opportunity, take it. But besides that,
somebody brought up, speaking of bowl games, I forgot who it was. I was watching ESPN, and someone said, "Wouldn't a Nebraska UCF bowl game be interesting?" Or it's kind of weird. It's kind of, but it's one of those where it'd be like a train. You can't there's intrigue. That's going to be an interesting game. I don't think it happens. No. They're going to match us up with someone else, but that would be interesting to see how we line up against.
What I really would like to see in a bowl game, if we can't make one of the playoffs or a bigger bowl, is get matched up with somebody in the Big 12, like an old rival.
Missouri.
Anybody from the Big 8, I think that would be fun to do. So.
Oklahoma. Yeah. That would be a lot of fun. But yeah, it's not a lot, but that's okay. We took care of business. We're on the up and up, which is good. We've been through the mucky muck, and I think it's time to get all washed off nice and clean. You know what I mean?
Yep. You know what? It's going to be an early rise on Saturday for those boys, but I think they're going to get it done again, and then we can look ahead to the next game. We got to focus on this one right here.
Yep. And that'll be good. Well, thanks again, Jumbo Jet, and thank you all for listening to us the last few days. And we're on YouTube now. In addition, we're on the other streamings, but I like YouTube. It's easier to share and everything. So, and if you want to be on the show, just let me know, and we'll have you on. And we usually record Sunday nights at 7 p.m. It's just a good time. Helps me wind down before the big week. I admit, though, I'm missing tomorrow. I got to go see the doctor. Not Dr. Washington, but the actual doctor who, tells me that I eat too much and all that stuff, and I need to exercise more. And the doctor that's never happy, But oh well, they keep me healthy, so I'm glad that they have the tough conversations with me. So. But that's what we got to say. So go Big Red, throw the bones.
Throw the bones.